ready to rumble.
Live from Carroll High School in the field house, it's IHSAA volleyball here on the ISC Sports Network. Clinton Central faces Carroll in a conference matchup on our networks here this evening, joined by Laura Archibald. I am Sean Walker. We appreciate you tuning in and spending your Thursday night with us, watching a little volleyball action. On Tuesday, Laura, we saw a competitive Carroll Cougar team. They looked really, really good in that first set. This is just a team who's still trying to figure it out how to finish, right?
Yeah, I really think that is their downfall right now. They've lost 23 straight sets. That's rough. And they've been in many, many of those sets. So they just have to learn to push through and get that 25 points first.
We welcome you into our pregame show brought to you by Mulberry Telecommunications, where they want to be the first to welcome you to the Fiberhood. For more information, visit mintel.net. Well, let's talk about our keys to victory tonight. Our keys to victory brought to us by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where the healthy choices meet game day success. Laura?
Yeah, so first we have high power offense, and this goes really for both teams. Carroll has a little more diverse of an attack than Clinton Central. Clinton Central, unfortunately, very one-dimensional, with Carly Davison leaving the team with 56 kills. They really need to move that ball around a little more to their hitters. And Carroll on the other side needs to decrease on their hitting errors, and they do a good job moving the ball around, but just need to decrease the errors. Solid defense was the next thing that we felt like was the key to the match. These are both teams who need to play solid defense because they don't have that offensive power. They have to make sure that they play solid defense. So far this season, we've been really impressed with Carroll's ability to keep the ball alive. You don't see a ball hit the floor that you don't see a player hit the floor. But they need to continue that defensive effort tonight. And then learn to finish. What we were talking about in the beginning is Carroll just learning how to push over that hump and get to 25 first. They are right there in so many of their sets, but they have to learn to finish. We've seen it time and time again where they've got 20 or 21 first, and they end up getting beat 25 to 20 or 21. It's like they get stuck on that number. So they need to learn how to finish.
Getting over that hill will be big for both of these teams here tonight. Obviously, Clinton Central with 2 wins on the season, but 2-4 trying to get back to a 500 and better record, and Carroll looking for their first win of the season. Both of these teams have dealt with, one side is kind of an injury bug. Clinton Central had quite a few girls hurt, knee injuries, ankles, the whole nine, from June on, and they're finally getting back to where they are completely healthy and starting to be able to find that rotation and momentum on the floor. And for Carroll, they had a lot of girls that decided, hey, I kind of want to play right last minute, but had to get some practices in and get out there. And we've seen one of those key people be Maddie Isley. She's the setter for this team. She missed quite a bit of time early, and now she's starting to find her rhythm, and we saw her play really well the other night.
Yeah, the last couple matches, she's just been fantastic, and I think she's a good leader for the Carroll Cougars, so she may be that key to getting them over that edge of getting them at least one victory here in a set tonight.
Our officials for tonight's broadcast, brought to us by Day and Ginda Funeral Home, where they put family first, will be Dennis Aldridge and Jasmine Schelt. I want to thank Day and Ginda Funeral Home for their sponsorship here tonight. We'll step aside now for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll get you your starting lineups and more. You're watching high school volleyball on the ISC Sports Network. If you haven't signed up for Mintel Fiber Optic Internet from Mulberry Telecommunications, then you're missing out. We have various packages to choose from and speeds up to a gig. Not to mention, each package includes a Wi-Fi 6 wireless router and access to our Mintel Smart Home app, giving you complete control of your network, backed by our award-winning customer service. Go ahead and dance till your heart's content in whatever reality you want, even if it's virtual. Mulberry Telecommunications, offering the best gig in town. Sign up today at Mintel.net and experience the Mintel difference. The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the Knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
We've all heard the question, if a tree falls in a forest, does it make a sound? Honestly, we're not sure either. But what we do know is that if it falls in your yard, it usually leaves behind an unsightly stump that you'll be stuck mowing around. At JXN Stump Solutions, we'll get rid of that stump for good, and here's the best part. We offer free estimates, so you'll know the cost before the work begins. We deliver quality work from a professional, locally owned company with a commitment to leaving your property cleaner, safer, and stump-free. Contact us today at 242-9523. At JXN Stump Solutions, we're rooted in service and driven to remove.
In this town, game day starts long before kickoff. It's the work behind the scenes that makes champions. At Tier 1 Meat Company, we prep with the same focus, discipline, and pride as the hometown heroes we feed. From our block to your block, fuel every victory. Tier 1 Meat Company. Mission, feed the fans. Standard, champion quality. Scan the QR code for a game day upgrade.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
We want to welcome you back here to Carroll High School inside the field house. A little different look. They've had some water damage to the floor in their main gym, but I kind of like the field house for volleyball, to be honest with you.
I do too.
Looking like this may be the home for the season until they get those repairs done. But here we go. Clinton Central starting lineups for tonight are as follows: Carly Davison, Allie Adair, Madison Searlock, Molly Turner, Maddie Rode, Molly Boone, and Amaya Sellers does not play for them, so it will be Nariah Harvey. That's my fault on the graphics there. Head coach E.B. Simmons. Starting lineups tonight brought to us by Ardente Dental, where healthy smiles start here. E.B. Simmons at the helm. Been working on building this program. Well, we got a moment. Let's take a look at our first look with these two teams. Clinton Central, 2-4 start to the year, as we said. This is match 2 of 4 straight that'll be on the road. They're going to be road warriors here for a minute. Defeated Carroll 3-1 last year, and on the other side, Carroll's kind of dominated this. They've won 7 of the last 10 matches versus Clinton Central. However, they've lost 2 straight, looking for a bounce-back win. Our first look brought to us by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance.
Yeah, so we know Carroll had a really strong program, and then they have kind of had a couple years where they've struggled, but they're back on the improvement, and they're back on the incline. So I think this will be a good match tonight.
On this side of the floor for your home team, the starting lineups tonight: Maddie Isley, Haley Randolph, Kennedy Schuler, Tristan Harder, Alexis Yeakley, and the libero, Ella Myers. Allison Richardson, head coach in her first year here at Carroll. As the head coach, she was on this staff last year as an assistant. So the girls were familiar with her, and that helped, right? I mean, saw a huge increase in numbers. Went from no JV at all last year to having probably more girls that the coaching staff can even handle. Got a full varsity, a full JV team.
But I love that they've kept so many players. That helps build a program and helps them not get discouraged.
We said this the other night, and again, you look at the last couple of years and it makes you feel like, oh man, like Carroll volleyball, but it wasn't that long ago. This team was winning sectional titles, 2017 and 2020, and a lot of conference championships along the ways as well. When I was going back and looking, thankful for Max Preps, when I was looking at their records, there were a lot of 7-1 conference years in there.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been very strong, and this is a conference match tonight, I believe. So it should, this one really matters. Clinton Central's 1-1 in the conference, and Carroll 0-2. So, a victory here tonight for Carroll would make things much different in that conference standing. As
they announce all the teams, all the players here for both teams, and Again, I love the field house. I know it's unfortunate that the main gym kind of went down, but we've gotten used to this with our coverage at Clinton Prairie over the years, and you said the other night on the telecast that this is modeled very closely to what Clinton Prairie did at theirs, and man, it's such a great asset for the school to have even a spillover gymnasium or an option B that is this nice.
It is, and it's nice for other teams too, right? So they can come indoor for practices. People don't think about that stuff, but so much of the time, especially with those spring sports, it's always so wet. They need a place to practice inside, and before they just get practice canceled, but now they can conduct some practices in the field house because it's so much bigger than their gymnasium.
I can tell you that being a baseball player back in the day myself, trying to field ground balls off of concrete floors in the halls of Case Arena were not fun.
Yeah, for sure. I remember at Clinton Prairie we used to have it in the auditorium, which was, or not the auditorium, the multi-purpose room, which was also the auditorium, and it had a stage, and it wasn't a great setup. And one time during volleyball practice, we were practicing in there, or softball practice, we were practicing in there. Someone leaned back and hit the switch, and the lights turned off. Balls had already been thrown. It was not pretty.
And that was probably the day before masks were very prevalent.
There were no masks unless you were the catcher. So
this first game tonight of this match is brought to us by the Frankfort Eagles, post 976, serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Great night here on Thursday night. Clinton Central fans, stay tuned because tomorrow night we're coming to your neck of the woods. Clinton Prairie goes to Clinton Central. We'll have that football game live for you right here on ISC. Pete Gasho joins me on the broadcast for that one. Making sure lineups are set here in game number one of what we anticipate to be a fantastic back and forth battle tonight.
I really think it will be. You know, you look at Carroll's record 0-9. This is not a team that plays like an 0-9 team. They're very solid. They just, like we talked about earlier, haven't been able to put the victory together yet, but they are a very solid volleyball team.
Adair comes this side, misplayed that time by Molly Boone, and the first point of the game goes to Carroll. That was a nice serve there from Allie Adair to start things off, but an even better dig to keep it alive.
Yes, she plays very good defense.
And we see a nice dig on this side for the Bulldogs. The set from Isley goes to Randolph, a nice block in the middle. They set middle this time, and the kill happens. Beautiful swing from Madison Searlock. The junior registers her 8th kill on the season. Madison, a player who's only got 7 sets so far of the 16 that they've played.
Well, that comes to that varying the offense thing we talked about at the top of the program. They have to set other people. Otherwise, those blockers just will park on Carly Davison out there.
They called a double hit that time on Maddie Isley. 2-1 lead now for Clinton Central. There you saw Harvey. She's got the libero uniform on, the different colored jersey for Clinton Central, as well as Eliana Myers for Carroll. Randolph with a nice block. She was very good at the net the other night.
Yes,
but
she was.
Persistence pays off as Clinton Central took quite a few swings that time, and they were able to sneak one past Kennedy Schuler.
What I love there is that's the first set that they went to Davison. They had set the middle twice and the right side twice, and we saw them get some swings that they haven't got before.
Randolph just sends it over. Free ball opportunity now here for the Bulldogs. They come back to Davison. She winds up, and it's another hammer home for her. Just a fantastic athlete.
She really is.
I mean, Carly, very good at multiple sports. When volleyball is over this season, she will head into a senior year of basketball, where she'll no doubt be a standout for the Clinton Central Bulldogs.
She's one of those kids you never know what her favorite sport is because she's so good at all of them.
And once again, Clinton Central, they've been attacking towards that back row. Carroll unable to handle it early on.
It was a good job by Allie Adair. She's used to setting people up, not getting set, so she did a nice job with that back row attack.
5 straight points now from the Bulldogs. Carroll looking for an answer here. Harvey goes to Davison. Nice pass. They set middle to Randolph, and that was well executed by the defense of Carroll.
Yes, it was. I think if you're Carly Davison, you want to try to keep going down that line. Carroll not covering that line very well. So that one was, they dug, but it was close, and she's had another kill down the line. They're just a little slow rotating over there to get those.
Another big swing, and you can hear the slap on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Carly generating a lot of power there. Substitution on the floor as Madison Road comes back in.
I'm sure that EB is very glad to get the injuries behind her because she does have an experienced team, mostly juniors and seniors on this varsity lineup. So I know she's glad to have the injuries kind of behind them for now and get to play all this experience that she has.
Looking at Clinton Central's roster, and number 8 came on the floor. I believe that is Emily Long. Roster has her listed as number 10. The young lady that missed last season, she was still part of the program, decided to manage so she could still be around the team. And now back for her senior year. She is well one of those tenacious players that will get after you on the basketball floor.
She will, for sure.
Substitutions in rotation here for Carroll as they're trailing by just 4 now. Humphreys back to the service line. Trying to dig that one out of the net and cannot.
And you see them go Carly Davison in the middle. I like that call. They've went to her a lot, but run her somewhere else, right? So that those blockers are not just setting up in front of her.
And then just some lack of aggression there. That's a rare thing that you typically don't see that with these Cougars.
Yep. Great serve by Gabby Salem. She's leading them in aces this year. She has always had a consistent serve. Nice to see her get that ace there.
We come back to Davidson. That one, couldn't tell if it was blocked or hit the top of the net. Either way, point here for the Carroll Cougars.
I think they called it 4 hits, but it was close.
And now the freshman, Kinley Randall, going to come in. 5 sets on the season. They're sending her back to the service line here, number 12. And she comes in and gets the ace for the team. How about that?
Nice serve. Well placed.
That is a great way to earn more playing time, is it not?
It certainly
Come
is.
in off the bench and get an ace right from the get-go. Diving effort there once again. I almost think Maddie Isley spends more time on the floor diving for the ball than she does upright on her feet.
Yeah, she is very aggressive, that's for sure, and that's what they want.
Molly Boone checks back in for the Bulldogs. This will send Davison now to the service line. A 10-5 lead early for Clinton Central. Adair sets middle. Handled by Myers. Defense scrappy on both sides here for this point.
Love to see these long rallies.
Boone tries to dink it over. This one's going to hit the bench. Another diving effort from Isley. A little slow to get up. Hopefully she's okay.
Well, even if she isn't, she'll probably stay in. That's what we saw
saw
the other night.
Yeah. She's over there limping and couldn't hardly walk, and she was like, don't look at me, I'm fine. Myers can't quite track that one down. Another point for the Bulldogs. At Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling, recycling always makes sense. Call Wampler's at 659-3721 for all your trash, recycling, and scrap needs. Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling, family owned since 1948.
Nice kill there by Road
And
on
we
that
get a timeout.
overpass.
13-5 the score. Bulldogs opening up a nice lead here in first set tonight. This portion of our broadcast brought to us by Day and Ginda Funeral Home. With locations in Frankfort, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville, the compassionate and experienced staff at Day and Ginda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on their services and community involvement, please visit dayandginda.com. Day and Ginda Funeral Homes, where we put family first. Both teams talking some things over in the huddle. Clinton Central has to be excited about their start so far.
Yeah, and if you're Carroll, they came out on fire the other night against Wabash. They've come out really flat tonight against Clinton Central.
Sometimes that's the hill and valleys with a younger, inexperienced team, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And these are the ones you want those players to gear up for. This is a conference game. This is a great opportunity to come out and get your first win on the season.
And this is when they really need to make a surge, is when they have Carly Davison on the back row. But she's killing them from the service line right now. So they need to get her out of that serving position, keep her on back row for those next two rotations, and get some points here.
Maddie was trying to get to that second ball and couldn't quite get there in time. Now a 10-point lead.
If Carroll would be playing at the level they played in game one against Wabash, they would be.
Might be flipped on the
Yeah,
scoreboard.
I mean, they would be leading Clinton Central. They've just come out really, really flat tonight. I'm a little surprised with this being a conference match.
That worked out there. There's a little bit of a scramble, but Morgan Coons able to find the point for the Cougars. Isley, she's logging some miles tonight, running all over that floor.
Yeah, they have not passed well.
16-6, still not over by any stretch here in game number one, but Carroll needs to get a bit of a run themselves here. Davison punches that one over. Good dig. Nice diving dig from the Bulldogs. Road gets just enough on it right down the middle and nobody home. That'll push the lead to 17-6.
I do think that Clinton Central is doing a little bit better job of mixing up the sets, not just going to Carly Davison every time. This is Rhodes' third kill already tonight.
She'll handle the service duties here as well.
You know, we talked in pregame about we never see Carroll let a ball hit the floor without somebody hitting it. And that's about the fifth or sixth one in this first set. I mean, this is just not characteristic of how Carroll normally plays.
That one landed in. We're going to get another timeout here pretty quickly. Coach Richardson, seeing what we're seeing and not liking the quality of play on the floor right now, going to try to change that around, if not for this game, but get them some fired up headed into set number two.
Absolutely.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County Coalition understands the important role healthcare coverage plays for athletes and their families. We partner with CKF to provide free expert assistance to enroll, use, and maintain affordable coverage. Our certified navigators are available to set, pun intended, for uninsured Hoosiers as a trusted teammate, pun intended. Call 1-888-975-4CKF and tell us the county where you live or work. 1-888-975-4CKF. Coach Richardson trying to light a fire under these Cougars tonight.
Yeah, and they do seem to have positive attitudes. We've said that all along.
Yeah.
You know, they don't seem to get down on themselves. They seem to be having fun, which is important. And, you know, they seem to stay positive.
What a job staying out of the net.
Yeah. That was just athleticism right there.
Audrey Richardson, the sophomore, tipped that one over for her team and stayed out of the net. Gets the point. Student section even applauding that one a little bit.
They should. They should. Both setters front row at this point, so be looking for that to go over on the second hit, just like that.
Push towards the back row. Isley on the set. Goes to Randolph. Randolph earns the point. 20-8. See a couple of the Carroll players there, and Randolph and Isley, they ran into each other. Randolph's shoulder met Isley's forehead, and now they team up for a block here. That's how the team's supposed to work together, right?
Exactly. Not as close as they were before.
You don't need two of your top players running into each other and taking each other out.
She's still rubbing her head.
11-point lead, 20-9. What a quick heads-up play there by Allie Adair.
There's that front row setter that we were talking about a minute ago.
This is going to bring Gabby Salem back into the game. She'll check in on the front row.
So Allie Adair's back row now, so won't be able to do those little dumps if she's above the net.
Nice block and then good punch over.
That was great athleticism there by Maddie Isley.
Don't look now. Cougars are cutting the lead. Need to find a run here to the Cougars to keep this set number one alive.
And this is the time to do it. Why they have Carly Davison back row.
There sets middle. Isley handles it. And that one touched. Point for the Carroll Cougars. 21-11 now. Looked like regardless it might have caught enough of the line to be ruled in anyway.
It was very close anyway.
Davidson from the back row gets the kill. Still able to get enough power on it to ricochet off the block of Randolph. Molly Boone on the serve. And there's a block.
Gabby Salem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clinton Central going with the team shoes. I like that.
We don't see that much anymore.
No. It's usually players' comfort at this point in time.
I think maybe it was Rossville we covered that had super colorful. Everybody had a different color shoe on.
Davidson goes back row and powers that one off the attempted return from Kennedy Schuler. Now set point here. 24-11. Clinton Central trying to take a 1-0 lead.
If I was Carly, I'd either roll shot one to the middle or do a tip on a good set, not just because you have to. Because Carroll is like on their heels waiting on that deep hit.
That serve a little long.
Never miss on game point.
Morgan Coons checks back in. Carroll gets to stay alive a little longer here in set number 1. And that one wide. That'll do it. 25-12. Your score at the end of set number 1. Clinton Central takes a 1-0 lead. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, set number 2 heads your way on ISC.
Day & Ginda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day & Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
At Wampler's Disposal and Recycling, we take pride in offering waste management for commercial and residential clients. As an industry leader, Wampler's Disposal and Recycling brings the most professional and responsive collection service in the business. Since 1948, our family-owned and operated company has provided excellent service at competitive rates. We offer container rentals as well. Our longevity in the industry is a testament to our excellent service. We serve all of Clinton, Tippecanoe, Boone, Howard, and Carroll counties. For all your waste removal needs, call Wampler Services Incorporated today. You can reach us at 765-659-3721. Visit us online at wamplerservicesinc.com.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the Knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. 25-12, Clinton Central takes set number 1 over the Carroll Cougars. Set number 2 tonight brought to you in parts by JXN Stump Solutions. Tired of unsightly tree stumps ruining your yard? Let us take care of it. We've got the equipment and experience to get the job done right. We offer 3 tiers of service that will rejuvenate your yard, all at competitive, budget-friendly rates. Call 242-9523 today for a free estimate. JXN Stump Solutions, rooted in service, driven to remove. Also by Mulberry Telecommunications, where they want to be the first to welcome you to the fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offers super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speed, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at mintel.net or call 296-2885 for more information. Pretty cool website. You can go put your address in. It'll show you on the map whether you're in our service territory or not.
That's nice.
How about that? So make sure rotations are in order here as we begin set number 2.
So if you're Carroll, you just have to start out where you ended, right? They played okay
exactly
the last.
What I was getting ready to ask you.
Yeah, they played okay the last 10 points or so, but before that, it just wasn't the Carroll that we're used to seeing play. So I don't know if they just came out a little flat tonight or what's going on, but if they can just start out where they left off that last set, then I think it'll be a different set this time. And Clinton Central doing a much better job moving that ball around. Not every set going to Carly Davison. I mean, I understand wanting to set her because she's amazing, but they do need to vary their offense so blockers can't key on Carly. And I thought they did a much better job of that in that first set than they have been doing the rest of the season.
And that may have been what threw Carroll off a little bit at the beginning as well.
Yeah, it might be.
Cougars start out with the first point again in set number 2. And just like set number 1, Clinton Central immediately responds. Ali Adair heads to the service line.
Gabby Salem in for the Bulldogs. Beautiful pass.
Isley on the set. Send it across. Look at the diving effort from Harvey and then hustle from Adair. But the point goes to the Cougars.
Great placement there.
Substitution here as Morgan Coons comes back in. And how key is that to get Adair off the service line? She had 16 aces coming in, second on the team.
It's huge, and she served really well in set 1, so.
Big swing here. Gotta like that from Kennedy Schuler. Three-1 lead now for the Carroll Cougars. This looks more like the start against Wabash the other night.
Absolutely.
Minus the unforced error, the serve in the net.
But at least it was an aggressive serve.
Sure.
You know, you can if they continue to serve aggressively, that you'll accept those errors.
So Molly Boone will come out. Again, process of elimination tells me that's Emily Long at the service line. And she gets an ace here. She had 10 aces coming into the night. She tallies another one right here.
Another good athlete for Clinton Central. Just an all-around athlete.
You know, you look at their roster, 4 seniors on the roster, 5 juniors, and 1 sophomore. This is a talented bunch.
Yeah, they definitely have experience because even the juniors got a lot of playing time last year. So just a lot of experience on that floor for the Bulldogs.
4-3 now as Clinton Central has rattled off 3 straight to regain the lead.
Nice pass.
And Carroll able to earn another point. We're all tied up at 4. Here comes Lila Humphreys. She'll serve. And our first opportunity to see Eliza Reinhart tonight. Or the first time I've called her name anyway. I may have missed her rotation in first set. Davison winds up. Carroll does a good job on the return here momentarily. Can't get quite enough on it.
A nice athleticism there by Carly Davison, staying out of that net. She wanted to go get it, but she made herself stop.
Now Nariah Harvey back to serve.
That's one thing you can always say about Carly Davison. She's very aggressive. Nice block.
You know, I wonder, I would like to be a fly on the wall for family game night at that household, because I about bet you that, you know, Uno is probably cutthroat.
It probably is. I would say you're correct.
I think she would want to not just beat you in Go Fish, but beat you really bad. Harvey serves again.
And her siblings, too, so. I think they're just a competitive family.
7-4. You know, it's funny because back in my day, this is going to age me a little bit. You know, the men I looked up to in my life, they would say, "Hey, let the girls win every once in a while." You know, like, look, I don't think you have to do that here. I think she will beat you fair and square.
Yeah, I don't think so. And they're pretty competitive people. I don't think they'd let anybody win.
Another free swing, and that lead that was 3 or 4 to 1 is now 8 to 4 Clinton Central. They've had a nice little rally here. Harvey drops an ace in.
Oh, that was a really nice serve.
That one looked like it had engine failure right as it crossed the net.
It just dropped.
That serve wide, point back to the Carroll Cougars. Substitution. We saw Kinley Randall come in, the freshman, and serve in set number 1, and her first serve was an ace.
It was amazing. See what she can do for him again. Almost an ace again.
Earns the point regardless. 9-6 now. Just a 3-point lead. I want to say and give thanks and hats off to Chris Seward. Chris has been a long-time employee and coaches at various levels, assistants with the Carroll Cougar program. I got to formally meet him yesterday, and he literally got promoted into the athletic director job like right as the school year began. I mean, Michael Goodrich, who was there, was a fantastic athletic director, had an opportunity to go back to Northwestern for, I believe, a third time.
Really?
In capacity. He had been a teacher, and I think even an assistant principal or something over there at one point, and now gets to go back as an athletic director. And so it opened the door for Chris Seward, and he said, hey, this place is my home. I'm alumni. I want this job.
Look at that dig by the freshman. Wow. She wants to stay on that service line, doesn't she?
For sure. And you can see the bench getting fired up right now as well, as she's tied things up at 9 apiece.
I think that was probably going to drop, so I think that was a good play.
And now 10-9, another nice run here, and we're going to get a timeout. The Cougars are fired up. Listen to their fans. And rightfully so.
Yeah, getting lots of good serving by Kinley Randall, the freshman.
Going back to complete my Chris Seward story real quick, he took the job, right? Kind of last minute he gets in, and so far he's had all kinds of things go haywire, right?
It never fails,
He gets
right?
a water break or a water damage to the main gym floor. He's got to move volleyball. He's got to move practices around. He's got to get people in the building to fix that. And then, you know, he had us out last week, and the internet in the building quit working because the provider went down, and it just seems like it's been one thing after another for him. But he was smiling through it yesterday. He said, hey, if this is the worst it gets, I'll be all right.
They call that trial by fire, right?
10-9, the Carroll Cougars leading the Clinton Central Bulldogs here in set number 2. It's been coming off a fantastic run here by the freshman Kinley Randall.
Even when she doesn't get aces, she's still serving so well that it's taking Clinton Central out of their offense.
And when you got Davison in the back row right now, this is a perfect time to go on a run.
It is. They have to take advantage of that, and this is the first time I've seen them do that. Once again, good defense by Carroll.
Adair goes to Davison, 3-meter line. It's partially blocked. Carroll handles it. And 4 hits.
4 hits.
Point.
And we were actually wrong. Davison is in the front row right now, but you just don't know. They pulled her back to pass.
Gotcha.
But she's actually in the front row.
12-9. I think the confusion there from the fans for Clinton Central and even part of their team as you get that one outside the antenna was there was a ball that was sent over that hit the top of the net that was not touched. It looked like it was a block, and I think that was the confusion.
I don't believe it was touched. I believe it just skimmed the top of the net.
What a big swing there. And you talk about the fire and tenacity. Harley Davison just brought it on that swing.
She did,
and
but
the scream after.
Did you see what they did different? They ran her out of that middle. Like, what you're doing isn't working. Let's change it up, set her in the middle, and it worked.
You also heard a big roar from the other side, and that was the Carroll fans showing their appreciation for what the freshmen just did at the service line.
Absolutely. Nice block there by Madison Road.
And back-to-back points now for the Clinton Central Bulldogs. Now this is an area where they could get in trouble because Gabby Salem is the best server. And as I say that, broadcaster jinx Gabby, I apologize. The 18 aces coming in.
She's always been a solid server. She was for them last year as well.
Molly Turner going to check in now for the Bulldogs, number 11. Good back and forth action. This has been a fantastic set number 2. And that one lands just out of bounds. Point for the Bulldogs. They pull back to within 1. Boone coming in. I believe that is Long coming out. Yep. Black on green jersey numbers. Those are tough for me to see from time to time.
They can be. They're okay in the back. The front's pretty small. They got to help Maddie Isley out. That she's coming from all the way across the court and then has to get turned around. If it's not a decent pass, somebody's got to step up and help her. Nice dig.
And a big swing from Boone. That's a huge point right there as the Bulldogs regain the lead. Seesaw battle. Teeter-totter. 15-14.
This is more what we expected it to be, not like set 1. This is really what I expected all along.
Adair sets middle. A lower set. Rode had a hard time with that one. And a few substitutions in rotation as Randolph comes back in. They're also going to bring Kennedy Schuler in. And Schuler's going to head to the service line. All tied up, 15 apiece. Set across by Myers. Boone finds a hole in the defense, records another point. She's been huge here this last few moments for the Clinton Central Bulldogs.
She has. I love that little roll shot in the middle. Nobody was expecting it. Carroll, that is one thing. They play really good defense, but they do play deep and on their heels. They're vulnerable to that roll shot or the tip.
That served long, so a free point headed back the other side for the Cougars. And we're knotted up at 16 again.
Four
Point
hits.
here with 4 touches, yeah. 17-16. Man, this one's been fun. I'm excited to see a great battle tomorrow night on the gridiron as the Clinton Prairie Gophers and the Clinton Central Bulldogs will face off. That coverage starts at 7 o'clock. What did they call that? The corn
Bowl?
Corn Bowl?
I think Corn Bowl,
There's
yeah.
a trophy.
There
It's
is a
huge
trophy. It is a huge trophy. You are correct.
Amrit Barrett had such a huge game last week for the Bulldogs. Broke a school record. Touchdowns in a game. Swing and a miss there. And the Gophers are coming off of a 50-0 win over the Hot Dogs.
Yeah, that was a big win.
Touch both sides, and then that'll be a point for the Cougars.
Nice block by Maddie Isley. She's just so athletic.
Not the tallest of players on the floor, but great leaping ability.
Yeah, she doesn't have to be. She's athletic enough to get away with it.
Earns the ace here, puts the Cougars back in the lead. And this one drops in just before the line.
So it's going to be interesting to see what Carroll does here, right?
Yep, this is the
They're
point.
up 20-18, and this is when they have historically kind of tanked this season. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Free ball.
A young team learning to finish. That was one of your keys to victory. Randolph, one of the leaders on this team, one of the seniors on this team. Going to try to help get them over that hump. They lead 21-18, timeout called. This timeout brought to us by the Willow Creek Barn. Attention all engaged couples. Discovered by the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities, providing the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. Fantastic venue. You can rent the bull riding machine. You can also get in a hot air balloon.
You can. They have a horse and carriage and a trolley. I mean, it's an amazing place to have a wedding. So let's see if that timeout ices this server or not. That's always your intention as a coach.
Good serve from Isley. They run the offense.
That's a back row attack. Back row attack. She took off in front of the hitting line.
So violation called against the Bulldogs, gives the point to Carroll. Good dig from Davison. Salem can't get it over the net. And now 2 points away from potentially winning their first set of the year are this young Carroll Cougar team.
And you never know, that may be all they need to start gelling.
Go over quick, and a great idea right there. Nicely done. Substitution. Long's going to come back in. Molly Boone comes out.
See if if Carroll can get this ball right back.
Beautiful serve there. Went very aggressively at the back row. 23-20. And back-to-back aces from Long. That's going to get a substitution. Kinley Randall going to come in for Tristan Harder.
And so far, this freshman, Kinley Randall, has been cool as a cucumber under pressure.
You talked about the dig she had towards the end of set number 1.
And how about that pass right there? That was a nice pass. If you're Carroll, I wouldn't let him get too much of a run before you call a timeout here.
23-22. Isley sets Randolph. Scramble here, and that's a huge play from the Carroll Cougars. And that right there it takes a great pass to get to Isley, right? But then that's Isley saying, I'm going to my senior leader.
That's right. And running her behind her, right? She didn't even run her out of the middle. She pulled her behind her, gave Clinton Central something they haven't seen yet tonight out of the Cougars.
Set point here. Davidson, good diving effort in the back row. Blocked at the net. Myers calls it out. A kill opportunity from the setter comes a little too strong. And 24-23 now the score. Remember, you got to win the set by 2. Mariah Harvey gets it across the net. They run this one to the freshman. I believe it was touched, not touched. Maybe it hit the top of the net. Now all tied up at 24 apiece. Credit these Bulldogs for not backing down. When it looked like this set was all but over, they are tied up at 24.
I wonder.
Now you get a net violation.
I wonder if Carroll is running close on substitutions, because they left Randall in that front row, and they really, right there, had one hitter.
Davidson that time with the windup. She came from a mile away.
I like her out of that middle. I know she's not a middle blocker is the problem, but I love her hitting out of the middle.
25-25. Got to win by 2. Is this like tennis where you would say advantage Clinton Central here since they have the serve? Or is that only before rally scoring?
Only before rally scoring.
Carroll's got to get it across, and they do.
We don't want to give free balls away, though.
Sliding effort from Isley.
Very smart by Carly Davison, has went 2 times in a row hitting at Isley. Not necessarily hard hits, but she's making Isley dig, which makes them have a backup setter, and their backup setter isn't nearly as good as Maddie Isley is.
Takes them out of their offense, what they want to do.
It does. Can't send them free balls.
Over quickly. Carroll trying to fight, and it's wide, and the Clinton Central Bulldogs hang on and steal. Set number 2, 27-25 in thrilling fashion. Look at this one again. My goodness. Just misses outside. Clinton Central takes a 2-0 lead. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable.
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable.
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it.
At Day and Genda Funeral Home, we embrace change while staying true to timeless values. Our commitment to putting families first remains steadfast. With up-to-date practices and unwavering compassion, we offer the highest quality of service for your loved ones. Trust to serve your family with a classic commitment in modern times. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Welcome you back here to Carroll High School. Clinton Central with a 2-0 lead, 25-12, 27-25. What a finish to that second set. Tonight's set number 3 brought to us by Tier 1 Meat Co. At Tier 1 Meat Co., we take pride in delivering locally sourced premium beef and pork, the kind of meat that honors the land, respects the craft, and fuels families with real flavor. From custom processing to mission-ready catering, we bring the firepower to elevate every meal and every moment. Founded by veterans, every cut is elite and every customer is family. Step into Tier 1 at 128 West Catherine Street in Flora, or visit us online at tier1meatco.com.
It'll be interesting to see how Carroll responds to losing that close match or set. Nice dig by Myers there.
Carroll has taken the first point in each of the first 2 sets. They will do it here in set number 3 as well.
They do know how to start. It's finishing that they are really, really struggling with, Sean.
They had that nice lead, and it was just Emily Long got to the service line, back-to-back aces, and I felt like it put Carroll on their heels just a little bit. But they come out firing on all cylinders here in set number 3.
You said it in the break, and I think it is, you're 100% correct. They started to play not to lose instead of starting to play to win. And you just have to have that ability, that killer instinct to go out there and continue to try to win, right?
Yep.
But they started getting second-guessing themselves, started being careful. How many free balls did we see them send to Clinton Central in those last 3 or 4 points? They just can't win sending free balls over when you have Carly Davison on the other side.
Yeah, you still got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
And it's, again, learning to finish, learning to fly is like that old saying. I always go back to the Michael Jordan Bulls years. He was getting so close, and he had to learn how to win and get over that hump of the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
He finally did, and I'm showing my age again, but Michael Jordan's the GOAT, man.
He is. And I will argue with with anybody.
Anybody.
So, yeah.
I've seen the entire careers of both players and can tell you Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time.
Hands down.
Davison climbed her own player that time to go get it. This ball playing high into the rafters. That's the benefit of playing in the field house here this evening.
Yeah, that probably would have hit the ceiling in the gym.
Good
nice
diving
dig.
Save. Dig.
Great rallies.
This point should be worth 2. I'm telling you.
It should. And Carroll wishes it was.
Right? 4-1. Hard-earned point. Both sides scrappy, fighting early.
I'll tell you one of the things I was most impressed about with Carly Davison at the end of the second set was that she wasn't just going up there and swinging away. She was purposely hitting at Isley every single time to take Carroll out of their offense, and she was successful at it. And she goes to her again. And those don't go down as kills, but it's super important because it keeps getting them a free ball set to them. Double hit.
Double hit against the Cougars. 4-2 now the score. Randolph with the kill, able to get that one through the block. 2 Bulldogs there. But neither Rode or Davison could
I think
keep
it was
that
a
one
little
on
of
the
a
other
miss
side.
hit, but sometimes those work out for you.
Right? You call those UBA shots, ugly but effective.
Truth.
Or would that be UBE? I always get effective with an E and effective with an A.
E.
So it'd be E.
Yeah.
Okay. UBE. Either way. The ace here. And we talked about Gabby Salem, man. She's really, really good from that service line.
Yes, she is. And another ace for her.
She is just surgical. She picks a spot where she wants to go, and I bet you could put a dime on the floor and she would hit the dime on the other side.
She would be very close.
We've seen the Bulldogs go set that middle quite a bit tonight. It's been effective at times. That one, just the timing off a little bit.
Yeah, they have been really varying their offense. I know Davison has over 10 kills, but it's not because they haven't been setting other people. They really have. This is the most varied offense they've had.
Great block at the net that time for the Cougars. And it's the freshman at the service line,
who has been getting it done all night long. If there was a highlight to set 2, it definitely was the play of Kinley Randall. Oh, they were in the net. But that's okay. They're really starting to get the timing down on Davison.
Yep.
She's a little bit tricky to block because she jumps a little early, but she does such a good job at hanging in the air that she can get away with it. Like, you see the difference. On the ones where her timing is actually perfect, that's when she just slams the ball. Because she tends to be just a tad bit early. But that makes her hard to block because you're jumping when she goes, and then you're like, oh, no, 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 no. You're waiting, waiting, waiting. And then she just has such superior hang time. But they seem to be getting the timing down with her and definitely blocking her more and getting a hand on balls.
The thing that impresses me about her just watching is her power at any time through that hang as well. So it doesn't matter if she is swinging at the end of her hang time or early on in that jump.
Yeah.
It's like a rubber band letting loose. I mean, it just.
She's a great arm swing. This is not a tall player.
No.
I mean, she's not tall at all. But she plays like she's about 5 inches taller than she is.
Nice job there by Molly Boone.
Yeah, she's played well. At least 4 kills tonight. I mean, she's played really well tonight.
You know, the nice thing about both of these teams is, as Coach Simmons said, we're starting to get healthy, right? And it's a good time for that. Obviously, it's still early in the season. Let's get healthy. Let's stay healthy. And for Carroll, they're starting to, mold their team and their players on the floor and figure out their rotations as well. And it's benefiting some of these younger players. I mean, we've talked about Kinley Randall tonight. And this is probably the 3rd or 4th time that we've covered the Cougars. And you can see why Randall is starting to earn more time in that rotation. And again, it could have been that they were out of substitutions earlier, getting close. But she even trusted her and let her kind of come around a little bit, right?
They did. And, that shows you a lot of faith if that's who she wants in there at the end of the game is that freshman.
Adair goes back middle to Boone. Isley to Randolph. Here come the Bulldogs.
I think one thing I would change a little bit if I was Carroll is I would not be serving to Carly Davison, and I wouldn't be serving to Harvey. Whoever that 3rd person is back there, that's who they should be serving. The other 2 are pretty solid in their serve receive. So I would be going at whoever the 3rd person passing is, and they have not been doing that consistently. They did it there.
This time they went after Turner.
Yep.
Diving effort, can't keep the ball in play from Yeakley. Turner comes out, Salem comes in. Now Allie Adair back to serve.
They're sending Maddie Isley all over that court.
Can you imagine how many free flights she'd have if she had frequent flyer miles right now?
Yeah, she'd go anywhere in the world she wanted. Nice job taking it over on that 2nd hit.
Set, they go middle. Randolph there. Able to get enough on it to get it through the block.
She's breathing a sigh of relief on that one.
11-9.
Well, that was a lucky shot. Maybe they eased one past there, but.
Timeout going to be taken here. Coach Simmons wants to talk things over with her squad. So we take a good look there inside the huddle of the Carroll Cougars. Tonight's game brought to you by the Frankfort Eagles. Post 976, serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. The Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, please visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street. We also want to thank Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where the coalition understands the important role healthcare coverage plays, pun intended, for athletes and their families. We partner with CKF to provide free expert assistance to enroll, use, and maintain affordable coverage. Our certified navigators are available to set, pun intended, for uninsured Hoosiers as a trusted teammate. Call 1-888-975-4CKF and tell us the county where you live or work. The point here for the Carroll Cougars, 13-9. So we take a look at our Healthy Communities of Clinton County scoreboard there in your upper left-hand side of our graphic. Good back and forth battle here from both teams. Carroll with a 4-point lead. And Boone once again earns another point, gets another kill.
Yeah.
Molly came in second on the team with 24 kills going into tonight. She's got another handful here.
Yeah, she's played well. She started out a little slow, but in sets 2 and 3, she's really come alive. Double hit there for Carroll. If there's one critique I have, I guess, to Maddie Isley's role on this, it needs to learn to jump set those tight passes. She tried to block that one over, but really if she could turn her back to the net and jump serve out or jump set out of those tight passes, I think it would be really good for the offense of Carroll. Carly Davison with another kill.
And that's one of those refined skills that you kind of learn when you've been in that role for a little while, right?
And she's young, right? Yeah, she is. She's young. And you want your passing to be clean, so you don't want her to have to be jump setting a lot.
Sure.
Trust me, you'd rather have a pass a couple feet off the net than a pass in the net, you know. But
a player from the area that she could watch, who we've seen do that quite a bit, Jalen Smith.
Yep. Jalen Smith is an excellent jump setter.
So if you're Coach Richardson, maybe you go pull some Frankfurt game film and say, watch this. This is where I want to see you.
And because she runs the 5-1 and she's setting in the front row, if she jump set more, they would have to stay home on her as a blocker, which would open things up a lot more for her hitters. So I think that's really something, Maddie Isley, that they could work on with her because she's athletic enough to do it.
At the Willow Creek Barn, they've been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. They're nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, and the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. It literally provides the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. It's where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. All tied up at 13 apiece. It was a 4-point lead just moments ago for the Carroll Cougars. And an ace here. And the girls enjoy a little dance move there.
Getting excited.
I always like when you get the ace and then the team gets together and they do something fun.
Yeah.
It's choreographed. That looked like a little bit of a free-for-all, but
it was a fun free-for-all.
It looked a lot like the dance floor at the Willow Creek Barn this past weekend.
There you go.
Davison didn't have to put a ton on it that time, just played it smart.
Yeah, and sometimes that is harder. They're sitting back on their heels, just waiting on her to pound the ball. She's a little off speed, and they were like stuck like glue to the floor.
It's like that major league pitcher who has a 102-mile-an-hour fastball that hits you with the 88-mile-an-hour changeup. It just doesn't seem fair.
No, it doesn't. And actually, that's a really good analogy. It's very, very similar to that.
Looks the same coming out of the hand, just
it does.
A lot less.
And the ball just dies. She does it very, very well.
Good low serve and a nice dig from Davison. Blocked at the net. Nice. Teammates Coons and Randolph, excuse me. All tied up at 15 apiece. This is very similar to what we saw in set number 2. Neither team really pulled away. Went to extra points to get to that 2-point win.
Another block.
And Randolph takes advantage, earns another point.
Haley Randolph's had a quiet night, but she's been there in the big points where they need her. It doesn't seem like she's like really put one down, but she has a lot of kills on like little miss hits, rolls off the block, things like that. Sometimes those stick out in your head, but she has.
Davison earns the point back for the Bulldogs, all tied up at 16. Yeah, we've seen some fantastic play really from a lot of players tonight for both teams.
Yeah. I can't give enough credit to Allison Adair tonight. She has moved the ball around on offense. It's one of the things we talked about was that offensive power, right? And that both teams needed to do a better job offensively. Well, she has certainly set them up to do that. She is moving the ball around more than they usually do. And even though it has been a little bit of the Carly Davison show, there are lots of other role players that have been getting kills tonight.
And that helps boost team morale, period, right? It adds dynamics to your offense, but then it gets everyone involved and everyone's having fun because everyone's getting to swing.
There's been at least 5 people with a kill for Clinton Central tonight. That's good. And there's Gabby Salem with another ace on the night.
And this is the point in time where they don't want to see her at the service line late in the game like this.
Correct.
When it's really tight. Listen how quiet that crowd got, and another ace from Salem.
And that's in the exact same place one of her aces was the last time that she was up. That's 6 aces on the night for her.
And she's something else. She's fun to watch. 24 aces now on the season.
I don't want to jinx her like you did in the last one.
I'm not trying to.
She's just solid, right?
Oh, what a
Look
play.
at that.
Unbelievable.
That was a great effort. Yeah, that was great effort by Carroll.
To bring that out of the net like that.
They didn't get that sub in time.
20-17. And so the sub was turned back. Good eye there, Laura. Want to thank our fantastic ISC Sports crew tonight on the broadcast. Sean Walker joined by Laura Archibald, our director, Eliza Mash. Sam Wall on graphics and Justin Eckenbarger handling camera duties over at Carroll High School. Now the substitution comes in, and it's Kinley Randall. Man, pressure-packed situation, and the freshman tonight's just said, hey, that's all right.
I got this.
And that one just into the net. She'll come back out. They'll send the libero in. Boone comes in. Long comes out. And Carly Davison at the service line. Her team needing 4 points to close out the Cougars tonight.
I like what they did right there. By putting the libero in for her, that saves them a substitution because they're probably getting close on subs again since this is a close match.
Cougars will send it across. Free ball opportunity here for the Bulldogs. They go middle. And Rode hits that one into the net. 21-19. Carroll earns the serve back. And Alexis Yeakley will check in. Not a ton of aces on the season for the Carroll Cougars.
Both setters are front row now, so be watching for a time when the setter goes over on the second hit. They have to get the pass for it, though.
Good block. Reinhardt.
Yes, they did call it a ball.
Eliza Reinhardt there. Maddie Isley there.
Another close set here. It'll be interesting to see how Carroll responds.
Talk about my broadcaster jinx. Davidson back row attempt there from the 3-meter line.
It's a great set from way off the net by Isley.
Good sliding patience there to wait for that ball to get for the play as well.
Nice job by Allie Adair to get up there and just keep that ball in play.
22-20 now, Clinton Central. 3 points shy of closing this out in 3 straight sets here against conference opponent, the Carroll Cougars. That one just long.
Ooh, that was close. I think if I'm down 22-20, I might be belaying that.
Randolph comes in. Kennedy Schuler checking in as well.
This is the time Carroll needs to take advantage. They have Carly Davison in the back row.
Schuler came into the night tied for the lead in aces on the team.
Net. Number 6, Kennedy Schuler in the net for the Bulldogs. They said 6, but it couldn't have been 6. I think 5.
Might have been Richardson.
Yeah.
That one just long. Now 24-21, match point here for the Clinton Central Bulldogs, and a timeout taken by the Carroll Cougars. Just see if they can stem the tide here a little bit. This final timeout brought to us by Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling, where recycling always makes sense. Call Wampler's at 659-3721 for all your trash, recycling, and scrap needs. Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling, family owned since 1948. Again, we want to remind you, tomorrow night, football all across the state of Indiana. ISC will have 4 or 5 games for you live that you can tune in and watch. One of those, near and dear to some of the viewers here tonight, is Clinton Central hosts the Clinton Prairie Gophers. We'll have that one for you at 7 o'clock as Pete Gashow joins me on the broadcast. The timeout work, they ice the server, at least momentarily, 24-22.
It'll be interesting to see what Carroll can do here. They have to be aggressive and play to win here, not play to not lose.
Salem, that one tipped at the net. Randolph trying to punch it over. It went the wrong direction, and that's going to do it, 25-22. As the Clinton Central Bulldogs win in 3 straight sets. They take it 25-12, 27-25, and 25-22. Laura, your thoughts on this match tonight?
I just hate it for Carroll. Again,
They're so close.
They're so close, and they just seem to fall apart in those last few points. They didn't play well in set 1, but they played great in set 2 and in set 3, and this could have easily went either way.
I know we're going to see a victory on our airwaves very soon for these Carroll Cougars. For the Clinton Central Bulldogs, hats off to them. They'll improve to 3-4 on the season. And tonight's player of the match, none other than Carly Davison.
Yeah, you can't really say enough about her. At least 15 kills tonight, and the thing I really, really loved is the smart play. We know that she can hit the ball hard, right? I mean, we know. But that wasn't her whole game tonight. One, her serve reception was amazing. Her defense was good. But smart hitting, just like that one right there with just a little roll shot down the line. Doesn't always have to be hard, and she seems to have that knack of knowing when to hit what way.
I'll give you an honorable mention player of the game as well, Allie Adair. Fantastic in her passing tonight. Got everyone involved on the offense from the Clinton Central Bulldogs. And on the other side, if you were to say who played well for the Carroll Cougars tonight, it was Kinley Randall.
Yeah, she did
great. The
great.
freshman surprised us tonight with some great play. Hope to see that continue on as the season progresses. That's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. Again, one final time, Clinton Central takes this in straight sets, 25-12, 27-25, 25-22. For Laura Archibald, I'm Sean Walker. We appreciate you tuning in. We hope you'll join us tomorrow night as football kicks off at 7 p.m. on the ISC Sports Network.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics